The Tao of Self-Confidence, Episode 89. Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of courageous women finding their inner journey to self-confidence 5 days a week. Want to learn how you can change your inner beliefs and attitudes? Download a free copy of the ebook by visiting thetaoofselfconfidence.com. Well, hello friend. Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of amazing women who have discovered their inner journey to self-confidence. I'm your host today, Sheena Yap Chan, and today's guest, I have a special lady on. She is, phenomenal. And I see her pictures on Facebook, with her fitness journey, and she's a fitness coach, an online marketing consultant, and I just had to have her on the show today. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Cheslea Gray. Cheslea, how are you doing today? Maybe you can fill in a little bit more about yourself to the listeners?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on. I'm Cheslea Marie, a professional fitness health coach and also an online marketing consultant. And I've always been very passionate about fitness, so I founded findyourselfhealthy.com online. And with it, I've been helping people reach their health and fitness goals. And then throughout building my business online, I also realized the importance it is for everyone to be able to follow their passions. And I believe so many people out there can get caught up in a 9-to-5 job that they don't really like, and they slowly forget about their passions, goals, and ambitions. So then I developed an online marketing consultant service as well, which is marketingwithchelsemarie.com. And with that, I share ways other people can go ahead, build their passions into a business online.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. And, Cheslea, what's your cultural background?
Yeah, so I grew up in Indiana in the United States. And then I have a Dutch, German, and Cherokee Indian in me as well.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that little tidbit. And, what would be your favorite self-confidence quote?
So my favorite self-confidence quote is, "The word impossible says it all. I'm possible."
I love that quote that you mentioned, I'm possible, right? Because a lot of people, they seem to think that there's this goal that they want to take, and then they think it's so impossible, but really when they just keep on doing it, they just realize, anything's possible, right? It's not as far as they think it is. So, I really love that quote that you mentioned. And what would be, in your own words, your definition of self-confidence?
My definition of self-confidence would be being satisfied with yourself throughout every journey in life. And that means even during hardships and struggles, you're always loving yourself, and you're also needing to grow as a person with it.
I love it, because our journey will always have ups and downs, right? And, a lot of people tend to focus on the negative, right? But if we just see that these hardships as something positive, we can get something more out of it, right? Something that we never even thought was possible. So I really love that definition that you mentioned. And Cheslea, what was your life like before your discovery of self-confidence?
Yeah, so before the discovery of self-confidence, I was all over the place. I wasn't stable. My mind would run every direction, and a lot of it is because I cared so much of what others thought of me that I wasn't truly being myself, and it was pulling me into different directions that wasn't really truly for my heart.
It's funny, we always care about what other people think, right? I don't know if it's something that women go through, we're always just told of, what to do, how to stand, how to sit, how to eat. And sometimes we're afraid to make a certain action because we're afraid someone might judge us for these little things, right? And it can really affect us in a major way, right? Because we've been taught all our lives to just follow the crowd, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm glad you mentioned what your life was like, because I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this. It's like they feel like they're trapped because all they can do is just follow what everyone tells them to do. So, what was that aha moment when you realized you didn't have to live like that you can live a life where you're free from all that, you're happy, you're doing what you love, and what was that aha moment?
Yeah, my aha moment evolved as I grew as a person and found myself. And my growing points in life has been during my hardships and struggles that I overcame. Because during any hardship, you'll need to go ahead and have that moment that your mind shifts and you begin to give it your all to overcome it. And that actually usually happens when you have the desire to want it bad enough. That is why it's always kind of good to remember that during every struggle and growing point, as long as you don't give up and stay in, there's going to be a happy ending to it as well. And I can kind of tie it in with fitness as well. Like if you want to grow your muscles or improve, you must go to failure and continue to put the work in every single day to cause growth. I believe the same concept applies to life as well. And for me, I went through a lot of health struggles, and it wasn't until I said, that's it, I had enough, I'm changing, that my mind shifted, and I took every action needed throughout the day to go ahead and get there. And I can also apply it with business. I had a drive to make the life that I want and to do my passions, so I took the actions in my day-to-day life to go ahead and get there, which is changing your mindset, investing in yourself, studying with people, surrounding with like-minded, successful people, listen to motivational audio and videos that mainly took action every day to get there.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. And it's so important about doing these daily tasks, right? This is what will get you to where you want to be, or the successful person that you want to be, because you can't just do it for 1 week and then you say, I'm going to take a rest, right? It's something daily, kind of like taking a bath, right? If you want to smell good, you got to do it every day. Sometimes 2-3 times a day if you're in a hot tropical place, right? So,
yes.
So, it's the same concept. If you want to be better, then you got to do these daily things to become better. So I really love that you mentioned that. And what would be, what's your life like now after that discovery?
Yeah, with all of it, I've learned once you have the right motive and also the mindset that anything is truly possible. I mean, it's just staying consistent with it, putting in that work, and make sure you're growing as a person as well with your mind, mentally, and then also putting in the physical work.
Thanks for sharing that. So, Cheslea, to the woman who's listening to your episode, she's pumped. She wants to do her own thing. She's probably sick and tired of, following the crowd and, trying to figure out what she wants to do in life. And maybe she's on her own journey to self-confidence. What would be that one tip you would give to her?
Yeah, to definitely follow your dreams, know and believe in your purpose in life no matter what anyone says. And if you're not sure as well of what that purpose is, try a few different things and you'll eventually find it if you keep trying, you don't give up, and you're going after something and moving forward. And also just don't let anyone influence you or tell you what to do. We're all beautiful in our own way. And being confident and also being your true self will shine a bunch of light in not only yourself, but also it'll go ahead and provide for others around you.
I like that. The tips that you mentioned, a lot of, especially women, right? We're always thinking we're the ugliest person on earth, right? When really we're all beautiful, right?
Yeah.
All shapes, forms, sizes, we're all beautiful. But it's got to come from the inside too, so that it reflects on the outside. And, whoever's listening to this, I want you to realize that, right? You are beautiful. Don't worry about what other people think. It's funny that we're always so worried about other people's perception of us. If we're happy with who we are, then that's it, right? And the more happy we are with ourselves, the more people will, come to us versus us thinking, oh, what if they don't like what I'm wearing, or what if my hair isn't nice enough? Little things like that.
Exactly.
So thanks for sharing that. And Cheslea, if our listeners wanted to connect with you, want to get to know a little bit more about what you do and your services, is there any social media profiles or any links we can connect with?
Yeah, so you can check out my fitness and health website, which is findyourselfhealthy.com. And then my marketing consulting website as well as marketingwithchelseamarie.com.
Thank you for sharing those links. So to our listeners, if you would like to connect with Cheslea, just head on over to thetaoofselfconfidence.com and search for Chelsea's name. Her show notes will pop up along with everything else we talked about in today's episode. And I really just want to thank Cheslea for taking the time to do this, sharing her story with the listeners. So Cheslea, thank you so much.
Well, thank you as well for having me out here. I enjoy it and want to help inspire the world.
Awesome. Well, we're going to do it one person at a time.
Yes.
To our listeners, be on the lookout for another amazing episode of another woman's journey to self-confidence, and I will talk to you later. Bye for now. Thank you for joining us on another episode of The Tao of Self-Confidence. Visit thetaoofselfconfidence.com for links to everything we chatted about today, as well as killer resources, gifts, and so much more. Subscribe to The Tao of Self-Confidence on iTunes or Stitcher to hear more stories of amazing women finding their inner journey to self-confidence.